Hey y'all, this is Rayborn the Witch coming at you live from Femspiration, and I'm here today to give you a new moon message. I wanted to be all in my altar today, and I wanted to share with you the experience of celebrating the dark moon and celebrating what you wish to bring in when the moon is not lit up, right? So in the depths of everything right now, we are having a moment in history, having a moment, a crisis, if you will. And I will not name the crisis because I do not want to add to it. But what I like to do in moments where there's a lot of communication, a lot of messages flying around, is I like to stay as grounded as possible and to go back within to seek my internal guidance and reconnect with my internal guidance system. One of the ways that I like to connect with my internal guidance is by honoring the goddess. And I have two goddesses with me that stand behind me and guide me always, specifically when I'm undergoing transformation and change. On this dark moon, I always like to honor Hecate, goddess of the witches. So for you today, I'm going to do my call to Hecate to bring her into the space with us so that we can get some messages to help guide us through these turbulent times of transformation and rebirth. Hecate, goddess of the witches, queen of the sun, moon, skies, and sea. Help me find the courage to open my eyes, heart, and soul to see which direction and path is best for me. Light the way with your torch fire might, protected with loyal dogs that bark in the darkness of night. Guide me if the way is dim and unclear, with twists and turns, fearing the void is near. Help me to accept, release, and burn away the ties that bind, the parts of my ego and desires that seek to suppress and to hide. Give me the strength to know my truth, express my gifts and sacred way. Grant me the keys to amplify what my soul is here to say. Open new doors of adventure and delight, with experiences and wisdom that helps my light shine bright. Bless my journeys through dark and dawn, day and dusk, above and below. Show me the balance that is best to learn, to grow, and to know. Lady Hecate, my heart calls out to you, queen of the witches of magic and truth. I too wish to be the light bearer and bringer, a keeper of keys, a guardian of doorways and transitions, so mote it be. Goddess, be here with us now. So that is a prayer and a call that I wrote to Hecate when I started working with her as a way to honor the goddess and honor the magic she was bringing into my life and honoring all aspects of who she is as the world's soul. So some of these aspects of who she is, I'm going to reveal to you today. This is a brand new deck that I have created. I have not yet come out with this deck for sale, but I am in the workings of it because it is going to be part of a system, a magical system. So the box is going to have a divination oil along with a candle, with candles and stones to really activate the spell and activate the connection to Hecate as guardian, guide, and gatekeeper. So I have created a deck of 75 of her epithets that will help guide me and have helped guide, and that will eventually help guide you. So today I'm going to be trying not to butcher the Greek names of her epithets, but what I have in this deck and what I created early on in working with her, I am very much a creator, right? I like to create things to honor the gods and goddesses that come to work with me, and to kind of seek inspiration and guidance from them, and develop my own line of communication to work with their energies. When Hecate came in, she came in with a blaze of glory. She came in at a moment in my life where I was in a hospital bed suffering from a blood clot in my leg after having taken birth control for the first time in my adult life. And that was obviously not something that was conducive to my body and to my system. And it produced a blood clot, as sometimes it usually does, especially in women over the age of 30. So I knew something was off for about a month, and I finally checked myself in to see what was the problem, and they told me to go to the emergency room right away. I hadn't been in a hospital for anything major in many, many years, and it brought back a series of traumatic events in my head that really brought me to a dark and low place. One thing that came out of that experience was her guidance. So she called to me pretty straightforward at that point, after having probably tried to reach me for many, many months and maybe even years. And now that I see my tattoos that I have, I know that I've been kind of connected to her energy for quite a long time. One of the first tattoos I got was a giant moth on both sides of my arms, right under my honeybee tattoos. So I know that she is guiding me, and I know that she has guided me through all of my trials and tribulations and twists and turns of this magical life. But the biggest thing that I can say about the energy that she brought forth when I started working with her is she was the most protective energy of all the goddesses that I've worked with. I've worked with the Morgan, and I do work with the Morgan, and I honor the Morgan as well as a guide and a goddess that I work with. I also work with Oshun, and I'd been working with those energies, and I had this really intense dream where I was not gonna let somebody into my house that I had with two of my moms, and I had to ask for their permission to let her in. And this was a worry of mine because I'd already worked so heavily with these two goddesses that I was like worried that bringing another goddess into the mix would kind of deviate me from my course. Quick to find out that they all work very well together, and Hecate kind of reigns over everything for me now, and is very much a life force energy for me, and a guide for me, and somebody that I look to on a daily basis for guidance and inspiration. She comes to me in my dreams, she comes to me in my waking moments, and she calls to me really loudly, more than any other goddess has. In working with her, I have really developed even more energetic sovereignty. The journey started with the Morgan giving me the strength to rise up and claim my sovereignty and claim my power. And Oshun gave me the power to reclaim my self-love and confidence in myself to shine my light stronger for self as well as others. With Hecate, I am able to safely explore the darkness in ways that I never have before and come back to the light when needed. As a goddess that works on all three levels and beyond, she has connected me to so much more than just her energy. She has connected me to the web of the cosmos and the web of planetary energies that are also here to work and align and support us in these moments. She regularly brings me other goddesses and gods to work with. I work with Hermes at her request, and he has been a very much a guiding force as well. But I seek this to say that she really does connect me to so much more than this earthly realm, and helps me understand that what we are working with and against is so much bigger than we can ever imagine. And the best thing that we can do in times like this is to go within and seek solace and to seek guidance from within, because we are here to heal so much within us so that we can be the guiding light and lighthouse for others as well. So with that being said, I'm going to let her speak now and let her speak through me. So I'm going to get an epithet of the past, the present, and the future. She is the maiden, the mother, and the crone. She is the three-headed goddess of the three directions. So I'm going to get an energy for each of the three directions that we are currently facing at this time collectively. So, from my Hecate Crossroad cards, a past, a present, and a future energy, please. One more for the future. There we go. They flipped right out. Okay, so in the past position, we have the torchbearer. We have the person seeking to light the flame and carry us forward. We have that Aries energy that shot off like a slingshot in these last couple of months, working with Jupiter energy to really guide us into seeing the light in a lot of ways, seeing the ways that we need to bring light to others, and also light the flame within to be able to continuously burn, because we've been burning out a lot because of the current state of affairs, the way that the world is going right now. We need to seek ways to light our internal flame and light the embers within. So the torchbearer is Dado Foras. So that is the past energy that we're working with. Now, the present energy that is really guiding us, and I love this energy, is the Toro Dracania. And this is the bull dragon, the Taurus energy of this present moment, but also the energy of change, the energy of really crashing through the system. But I also think of this energy in a lot of other ways. I think of the bull and the golden bull that stands before the stock market, something that was given to me in a dream to put onto my abundance altar so that I can work with instead of against this monetary system that is unfortunately holding us all captive in some way. Capitalism holding us captive. But with that being said, we have, once again, and I said this Aries energy, but we do have this bull kind of like crashing through barriers to rise up and rise forward. Rise forward. I don't know, maybe we do. But when we think about the bull and we think about this Taurus energy, we're really thinking about our own self-worth in relation to the worth that is set to define us. So thinking about our bodies and the way that we cultivate our own security and safety in this world is being crashed. It's being abolished in some ways. And there's a state of thinking about the ways that we can internally resurrect our own systems to rise up against what stands against us. So we do have to be steadfast. We have to be determined, and we have to think about our bodies and our connection with nature as Taurians usually will, in order to manifest our own security and comforts in this world, and to manifest a new ideal for ourselves and others. Because we are building what the future will hold. We are in the midst of building it. And in order to build something, a lot of times we need to think about the ways that our internal systems mirror the larger systems and how we can abolish the internal systems and align with a deeper sense of self so that we can take on something so much bigger than us together. And the card ahead, right? The future energy is the keeper of the keys. The Cleiduchus, right? And when we think about the keys, right? We think about unlocking the doors. I have an altar cloth that I made, and I wish I could hold it up, but it's on top of, there's things on top of it. But it's part of my divination system that I just created, divine dice. And I am going to roll some divine dice to get some keys to unlock some doors for us. But thinking about the ways that we need to unlock the portals within to step forward into a new reality for ourselves. We cannot move forward if we stay stuck in where they want us. We cannot move forward if we are succumbing to the fear that they are putting right before us as like catching the bait, right? We are catching the bait. And when all of this comes to pass, and we think about the internal structures that kind of are riled up right now in the midst of deep transformation and change, which is not in our favor. We have to think about what is in our favor, what power we have, and what energy we are going to give ourselves instead of giving to the outside. We need to be giving to the inside. That is the only way that we are going to be able to move through this and fight through this. They are trying to, at this moment in time, weaken our defenses before the war has even begun. They're trying to get at our softer parts, our underbelly. We are in the season of Cancer, and it just started. And that is the season of emotional waves coming towards us, right? They know what they are doing. And in the midst of that, we have to have an understanding of what we are facing. But we can't face anything with strength and determination that the bull requires if we are not willing to go within in order to see ourselves and see what we can fix within ourselves to fix the bigger systems. Where can we go within home and within family systems to create the change? That's what's needed. They're dividing us on such a grand level that the only way that we can move forward is if we seek connection. The only place to start seeking connection is to seek connection back to self. Thank you, Hecate, for that message to guide us forward. So, what I'm going to do now is get an animal energy that is going to work with us as well and help guide us forward on this journey towards this immense change, towards this tidal wave that's coming and crashing down on us, that's bringing up a lot of ancestral trauma, a lot of historical trauma that we have to continually fight against. We have to question our systems. We have to question the beliefs that we have of self and where those beliefs came from if we want to change anything. But we have to know what we stand on. So let us get an animal to help move us forward in this energy, to help shine the light on where we need to seek within. There we go. 2 animals came out. Let's see what the first one is. Ooh, that phoenix. That phoenix. If that doesn't speak to the message I was just conveying to you. The phoenix rises from the ashes. We must look at the ashes of our past and seek to build something new from that collective energy. This is also my dragon. The phoenix is my dragon. I have a phoenix dragon that guides me and helps me transform. But in a bigger sense of things, we have to stand up for something bigger than ourselves. We have to walk it like we talk it. We have to become new. We have to be reborn from the flames of our rage, right? Our internal rage. We have to seek a way to transmute it and to rise up and to become something even more beautiful than we've ever been before. And we have to seek that within self. It's the only way. It's the only way through is in and around, not around, is in and through it. And to help guide us through, we've got the dragon. The dragon is with us. The phoenix dragon, my guiding force, my guiding light that works with me, that helps me transform and change. The dragon is all about healing. It's all about seeing through the BS and seeing past the illusions, seeing the truth of who you really are and all that you really are. The serpentine energy of transformation comes from within and comes from the ground. It comes from the core, and it rises up within us and rises up through us, and it helps shift everything. In order for us to shift things on a bigger and deeper scale, we must be willing to go deeper within. We cannot say that we are fixing things by arguing with people online, by posting memes, by posting comments about things that are riling against something that we believe in. That is not the way to fix this. That is not what's going to create the sustainable change that we need and the energy that we need in order to fight and combat this energy that's trying to stand against women, that's trying to stand against women of color and minorities, that's trying to stand against other energies and other places that we can't even fathom at this time. What we need to do is we need to go within so we can be more discerning of what is ahead. And we need to get off the news. We need to get off of social media, unless you're watching me. Just kidding, keep watching me. But you need to get off of social media. That is only fueling the fire. It's only fueling the rage. It's only fueling something that you are then doom scrolling and not able to face with conviction. Go out in nature. Connect back with source. The only way through this is by connecting back to something that's real. And the only thing that's real are the trees and the grass and the water and the air and the fire. Okay? I know we can do it, but we have to do it by getting away from everything that is trying to bring up this fear and keep us stuck in this place, unable to move, unable to heal, unable to actually seek the source within ourselves. I love you all. I know that we can do this. I am a Cancerian. My birthday is next week. I am right here with you. I am trying to stay steady and stay the course and not let the waves topple me over. And I know that you are having trouble. And if you are, if you're not, if you're trying to bypass all of this, it's here. It's not going anywhere. But neither are we. So we have to stand up and rise up together by going within and rising up for ourselves first.